introduction, want to thank our sponsor, Mobile Notary Mindy. She's certified with the National Notary Association. She's also bonded and E&O insured. She offers a wide range of services, including wills, powers of attorney, medical documents, healthcare proxies, living wills, certification of trust, assignment of personal property, HIPAA waivers, advanced healthcare directives, and 99 verification. You can find her on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Mobile Notary Mindy. You can also visit her webpage at TexasMobileNotaryMindy.com. That's TX, MobileNotaryMindy.com. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen of all ages, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Angry Meat Production. We appreciate you coming in and letting us be a part of your lives week in and week out. We hope to do our best to present you with something that your eardrums delight in. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Rumble, or listening to us on Spotify, Google, or Anchor, or any of the other podcast services that we are currently on or trying to get on, we thank you. And if you don't mind, at the end of every episode, stop by, leave us a comment, leave us a like. If it asks for 5 stars, we'll take 5 stars, even if you don't like us. 5 stars are what it's all about. With that being said, we hope you enjoy our attempt to make our advocation our vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin.
Welcome, Angry Faithful. Today on Nerd Sports 125, we're going to check out the interesting and complicated game of finished baseball. I'm putting it up on the screen of how the baseball field is. And I've already showed Johnny this before.
We looking at the screen because that shit gives me a headache, dude.
I think, how could it be different than American baseball?
Yeah.
Well, gentle listeners.
Okay. The pitcher,
the same game.
That's a great question.
The right here. The catcher's right here. This goes to first base. This goes to second base. This goes to third. And then you go around first base to get to home. You
heard that correctly.
Someone going out and saying, okay, I think I figured out baseball. But they had like those cross-eyed, so they weren't really looking at the field all too well, but they got like the visual gif of it, I guess. They knew that there were bases there. And it was 4 bases. Well, 3 bases including home base, but 4 bases. And they had a pitcher and a catcher. That is it.
What gets me is the pitcher is literally standing next to the batter and just like holds his arm over home plate.
It's a soft toss drill. Yeah, it's a soft toss drill, basically. Yeah, for those of us who played in the league or baseball at any level or coached baseball at any level, the pitcher is nothing more than a glorified soft toss drill instructor. That's all they are. They're there, sitting on a bucket, praying to God that they don't get drilled because the batter decides to pull his hands in and just cues one off the top of the bat.
100%. Like you gotta lean a little bit too, because if you get somebody with super long arms, then you're screwed.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well let's get this travesty off the fucking screen. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay. So
right.
Johnny's eyeball can stop twitching now.
My eyeball can stop convulsing like Aaron Rodgers' Achilles tendon last night.
Oh my God.
Dude, all right. No, I'm not going to start with football. I promise you. I know last week was kind of the exception, but I promise we're going to start with baseball this week.
We just got excited.
Yeah. Just telling you. So the New York Yankees are now officially eliminated from postseason contention.
Oh, darn.
I know. Couldn't happen to a better group of guys. I mean, the only way let me do the whole sharing my screen thing here. Good God. Okay, share my screen. Window, and then we're going to go with that. Share. Survey says. I got to wait on the producer. There we go. Okay, so we see that the Baltimore Orioles are leading the division by 3 games over Tampa Bay. The Red Sox at this point, they've given up. They're 1 game. Their magic number from elimination is 1 game. And I'm okay with that. Just go ahead. You lost to the Yankees today. You lost to the fucking Yankees today.
That bears repeating.
You have been whipping their ass all year, and now all of a sudden, my Boston Red Sox decide that they want to shit the bed. And I need to emphasize the level of shitting the bed. I need to say it with the New England accent. The Sox have come in there and they're just shitting the bed. That's what they're doing right there.
That's how I felt when the Rangers were losing against the Athletics.
Yeah, I'm going to move on. I'm going to go to the AL Central. Yeah. I saw a TikTok from a guy named Vic Benetto this morning. He's a New York Football Giants fan. When I was paying attention to or listening to the Red Sox Yankees game today while I was laying in the bed with my headache playing Starfield. Yeah, I know. Hey, you have a headache. Why don't you turn off the Xbox? How about go screw yourself?
Yeah.
All right. And I'm listening to the Yankees take the lead, and they just kind of hold it. And I'm just like, any time now, guys. I mean, you go into their house and you sweep them, and then you come home, and this is the last time that you're going to play them this year. And what? Moving on. All right. So the Minnesota Twins are going to be the sole representative from the American League Central in the playoffs. That won't last very long. Just kind of mark my words. Houston has retaken the difference, the difference that a make weeks, right? Last week we were talking about, Houston and Seattle were tied for the division lead. Well, Seattle's kind of gone on this hey, the law of averages caught up with us. Goose shucks. Texas on the other hand, they were kind of playfully sitting there in second place, and they were looking at themselves and they were looking up, and no, I don't know. I didn't do it. So,
sorry.
So Texas is sitting there in second place, and they're staring up at the, proverbial, buttholes of both Houston and Seattle. And they're going, golly, Sergeant Carter. And Seattle just decides that they want to do their best Barney Fife impression. We're talking about Mayfield characters here, the whole Andy Griffith verse, that sounds kind of epic, right? The Griffith verse, right?
Griffith verse. It's a coin of phrase.
Floyd the Barber was probably the biggest drug dealer in Mayberry.
You had to be.
Had to be him, right? And everybody hung out at the barber shop, right? You hear this conversation. Barney's sitting.
That makes sense.
Barney's sitting in the chair, and he's like, "Oi, that shit you sold me last week was baby powder." And then there's Andy over there going, "Well, Barney, I just don't know about that. I mean,
you can't tell me he wasn't on the reefer. He was way.
He was over there the whole time. He is over there the whole time like a catatonic Tommy Chong going, I don't know, man."
Notice Barney did do a lot of sniffing. He was always super keyed up.
He was always super keyed up, man. I mean, like if a stiff breeze blew down Main Street in Mayberry RFD, that boy would get a nosebleed.
Yeah.
And there's probably a reason they only gave him 1 bullet. 1 round.
It's true.
and he had to keep that sumbitch in his breast pocket.
You would kill the entire town if he actually
I mean,
if he locked and loaded.
I mean,
man.
dude,
Oh,
like,
even worse. Even worse. Even worse. Think about it this way.
like,
What if
that peach
what if
pie
Barney
sure
was on
does look good.
Okay, hear me out. What if Barney was on LSD and he was just remembering all the stuff and how good everything was, and he fucking murdered everybody?
And he was saving the last bullet for himself.
Yes.
Where did you hear that from, David?
Nowhere. I just thought about that one.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I applaud you. Golf clap, Chris. Golf clap.
Golf clap. Yay.
No, don't do the Special Olympics clap, dude. Golf clap. There you go. See, look at you. Add another wrinkle to that frontal cortex. You learned something today, son.
That makes two.
Do what?
He's got 2 wrinkles. He just doubled his brain power right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The
Love
American
you, David.
Yeah, love you, David.
Sometimes I just want to be
There was a low key petition going around in amongst Astros country down here. It's whether or not they were going to hit the panic button. Well, that petition has since been put back in the desk drawer.
For now, it's only
Yeah, for now.
difference.
You're not.
Are we
You're
done with the stats?
What?
Are we done with the stats, or are you keeping it going?
I'm still working on it. I've got the whole National League to get. I
Yeah,
will tell you when
right.
I'm done. You see those? You see this 1, 2, 3 tabs you got working here, bud? Huh? You see that? How about you just I don't know.
Johnny, he just got that second wrinkle. I don't know if we've got
I'm going to break this down in terms that you can understand, David. Driver controls the music. Shotgun shuts his K-Cole.
That's Supernatural 101.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, then. All right. We tracking. All right. We all over it like chips and cheese whiz.
Go back to your stream.
All right, there.
And to be clear, just so you know the difference, that means you're shotgun right now. So you shit K-Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny is driving this bus.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I just wanted to make sure he was aware.
I still feel that you have a catcher's mitt, Chris. So it's okay.
I mean, wouldn't you like to know?
I mean, if his ball bag's big enough to stretch over a glove like that, sure, why not?
When it's nice and warm out, yeah.
Hell yeah. Man, they hang down to your knees. You can't keep them off the inside of your thigh. I mean,
they go it exactly.
So the Braves are still leading the world in winning average this year. I mean, there is not an offensive category that the Braves are not leading the National League in. How scary is that?
That's kind of scary.
It
But,
is
you know,
absolutely scary. Now, what I'm hoping is not happening here is that the Braves have peaked way too early and that they stumble into the playoffs and then they make a first round exit.
yeah.
You know, I mean, but nonetheless,
I'm not gonna lie. I would laugh so hard if that actually does happen.
I would
don't
too.
hate
But
the Braves at all, but
yeah,
by any means. But just that would crack me up. It really would.
yeah. We're gonna scooch on over here to the wild card bracket real quick. Of course, you got Baltimore, Houston, and Minnesota. They're leading their divisions right now. You know those memes that say, you know, hey, we thank you for playing this character, this is not you, and then the not you would be Minnesota right there.
Exactly. Way to go on a
is like the Jared
fantastic year.
Leto Joker.
Thank you for not you a fantastic year.
Yeah, right. It's like, yeah, yeah. It's like, Somewhere up in heaven, Prince is looking down, going, "Damn, I picked a hell of a day to overdose."
Oh man.
Fear not, Texas Rangers fans, because your team still occupies the last wild card slot by half a game over Seattle. So as long as the Rangers manage to not beat themselves between now and the end of the season, which is just in a couple of weeks, Texas is going to make the playoffs. They will be forced to, I believe they are going to have to play. Okay, so if the wild card plays itself out the way that I think that it does, Toronto and Texas are going to have to play each other in the wild card game. Or no, wait a minute. No. Okay. Texas would end up having to play Baltimore in the first round. So
I don't want to say it's the nightmare scenario, but it would certainly not be.
At best, the best that Texas can hope for at this point is that Texas ends up leapfrogging Toronto and they end up having to play Houston in the first round. Because as it stands right now, Texas will either, if Houston and Texas both win in their first rounds, okay, win in the wild card round, then it's possible that they'll either meet in the divisional round or in the ALCS.
Which one?
The dream matchup for the Rangers and Astros would be to meet in the ALCS. A final 7-game winner-take-all trip to the World Series on the line for statewide bragging rights.
I mean, ratings-wise, it would be the best. But as far as Texas winning, what would be the best scenario for them?
Texas winning right now, they're going to need help because in order for them to get the best possible matchup in the first round, they're going to have to overtake Tampa Bay for that first wild card spot. Tampa Bay's got a 9-game lead on them. Tampa Bay would go to Minnesota to play the Twins in the first round. So that would be the overall best scenario.
Unless Tampa Bay completely fell apart.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, I mean, Texas is going to need some help to overtake even Toronto because they can't do it on their own.
Right.
They're going to have to, I'm not going to say that they have to win out, but they're going to probably have to play 860 baseball between here and the rest of the year. They can only afford to maybe lose one more game before they just settle themselves into saying, okay, we're going to play who we're going to play. Let's just not let Seattle get ahead of us.
Yeah. And the way that they're playing lately, it's just.
Yeah. Now, what's helping Texas is the fact that they are, that they're playing Toronto today.
Yes. And I believe that's a 3-game series, correct?
Yeah, it is. And the Yankees in Boston and the Red Sox game 2 of today's doubleheader, because yesterday's game was canceled because of weather, is just about to start. So I'm going to stand by my boys until the day that I die and draw my last breath. I may even be buried in a Red Sox jersey, but do not fucking drop both games today. For God, and in the name of all that is holy.
Just win one. At least one.
If they lose both of these games today, it is a very high probability that I may stroke the fuck out today. All right.
We'll have a memorial episode for you.
Yeah. Okay, so before I address the Cowboys, and more specifically, the New York Football Giants.
They won records this weekend.
I want to address Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. Yes, that wasn't that was an intentional slip of the tongue. Because let's face it, Aaron, right now,
good run.
your impression of Brett Favre,
It's fantastic.
Brett Favre has out Brett Favre'd you, son. Because at least when he went to the Jets, he stayed healthy the entire year. We are talking 3 plays.
No, it was 4 plays.
He had 4 snaps.
4 plays? So 4 snaps.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Aaron Rodgers had it. I mean, he set the table. It was cinematic. It was great. Did you see the video of him running out onto the field under the spotlight with the American flag? You know,
And
I'm just like,
face plant right then and there. It wouldn't surprise us now.
I wanted to go out and punch a communist right in the face.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had such a freedom boner. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I saw red like all one guy, and I almost
I
punched him.
personally wanted to lead a carpet bombing campaign against the entire city of Benghazi. I mean, right then and there.
Yes.
Then 4 snaps, 5 total minutes into the game.
Was it 5 minutes total?
Explosive with the video.
5 minutes. Yeah. Let me.
That was gnarly.
It was gnarly. I
Extremely
don't know if I'm gonna play the sound on this. Definitely not gonna play sound on this ad because hey, fuck commercials, right? All right. So
We don't do free ads here.
yeah, we don't do free plugs, especially for shit pizza. Anyway. I can't. All right. Yeah, literally, just like the article says, just a few minutes into his New York Jets debut on Monday Night Football, staggering buzzkill permanently impacts gangrene session or season. I'm like,
that's well written right there.
wow. I mean, you see it right there. MRI confirms Aaron Rodgers suffered torn Achilles versus the Bills, and he is out for the season. When I saw the video, the replay, you can tell when somebody pops an Achilles because their calf does this like shudder thing.
Yeah, I watched it.
Like, watch.
It was horrible.
All right, hold on. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me back it up 10 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna turn my head as soon as it pops up because that was hard to look at.
And right
There.
Oh, yeah. Just sitting there going.
Ooh.
And that offensive, here comes right here. Oh no, they didn't show it. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean,
I wonder how loud it was down on the field. Like you had to have heard it go because it was.
Oh, let's see. It's right here. And no, he's in the way. Shit. Come on.
Was one where they zoomed up and had a close up on it.
Yeah.
Give us the good angle for crying out loud.
It's too shocking.
It's too shocking for TV. Well, guess what? We're the internet. Come on. All right. So, you know what? All right. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, that the New York Jets have officially been eliminated from postseason contention. I'm just putting it out.
I don't know, man. I mean, they came back and won that game.
Yeah,
without him,
they did.
It was ugly, but they came back and made it happen, and in dramatic fashion too.
It actually was surprising that the.
I mean, you look at our picture.
So for those of you who are watching the video, my wife brings me, my lovely, beautiful wife brings me in these cotton candy flavored grapes, right?
No part of that sounded appetizing. I'm sorry, Mindy, but that was
Grapery, and they're all natural. Wow, cotton candy. These crisp, all natural grapes vary in color from golden yellow to bright green and taste just like that famous pink sponge sugar tree. And we guarantee no sticky fingers.
Can you though?
Do they?
If you know, when I eat a grape, especially a green one, I want it to taste like a grape. And if I'm going to eat something that tastes like cotton candy or something that is sweet and sticky, by God, I want the sticky fingers.
Giggity.
Giggity. And now, so for those of you who have been keeping this, keeping score at home, last week I made a comment on the air that
I cut the video and he wouldn't let me post it.
no, he cut it into a short, and I'm like, no, I shouldn't have said what I said. Don't post that, like, period. And so I went and I fell upon the sword. I groveled at the feet of my lovely wife and begged for her forgiveness because, they're while I may not have many scruples, I do need to bolster that particular stat right there, whereas it relates to
You need to at least pretend that you have one.
Yeah,
I
didn't
need to at least pretend that I've got one
I didn't
scruple.
send that out at all. You're the only one that's seen that clip. We spent all night working on that clip, getting it just right.
I mean, obviously, you still keep it for blackmail.
Why aren't we live right now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What?
Why aren't we live right now?
We are live.
Like
live.
live.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got nobody here?
No. We got two people.
One of those is me.
Yeah. One of the other person's
So I
me.
can keep an eye on comments.
I did the same.
So we're it's both of us.
Yeah.
I threw it out on my Facebook.
Yeah, me too.
"30 minutes in, and
I sent my daughter to, yeah. I'm just like,
you just notice.
well, I mean, I'm
Oh,
like,
what else we forgot?
it says live.
You know what?
But I'm like noticing the lack of comments here.
We didn't do the our introduction either.
Yeah, we did.
Of our sponsor.
Oh, that comes later.
Yeah. David just assumes that we're going to go ahead and do the live read before Colin's segment here. Anyway, so we're going to get to the scores from last week. Let me go ahead and pull up our picks from the previous week. Man, I'm telling you, something was funky in the water, dude. I'm just
a
telling you.
little fucky.
Yeah, we were almost right.
Now, if we can roll the tape back, and I said something about the Lions, something told me to pick the Lions, but we went with the Chiefs anyway, didn't we?
Hold on.
Yeah. Last week's show, I did say.
You did, and I think I'm the one that argued against it because I didn't think that the
Yes, I'm not hanging that on you because I had just as much of an opportunity to go, nay, sir, we're going to go this way, right?
I will say though that
I mean, you made a compelling argument. You made a compelling argument, and you allowed me to go against my
intelligence.
You're better. I did not expect it to be that close. I figured if it was going to go one way or the other, it was going to be a much wider margin.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so the Lions beat the defending Super Bowl champions by 1 point on opening night of the season, 21-20. Didn't see it happening. Well, I my gut told me that it was going to happen, But then my brain said, you know what? That Chris guy sounds like a really intelligent guy. He made a really great argument. We're going to go with that. Yeah.
That was your first mistake. Don't ever listen to me. Are you kidding me? Don't ever listen to me. You would think you would know that by now. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Be that as
I only agree with Chris. I only agree with Chris only because I want to, grab a bucket of popcorn and see how it turns out.
He just wants to watch. He just wants to watch my picks implode.
Yes, I do love train wrecks. I mean, I set out at a train railway just to see a train wreck. And it doesn't always happen, but I'm patient.
I've got the patience of a gazelle. So, yeah. So moving on, we had the Falcons over the Panthers. We got that one right, guys. So that was first. That's our first W for the year. Mark it. All right, mark it at 8, dude.
Decisively so.
And then for whatever reason, I don't know. And Chris, this is where I relied on you to convince me to go the other way.
Yeah.
See what we did effectively right there is we canceled each other's stupidity out because I wanted to go Lions and you convinced me to go Chiefs. You wanted to go Ravens and I convinced you to go Texans.
So what I'm hearing is neither of us are going to listen to each other's brains. We're going to go with our guts.
Right. Exactly.
Stop listening to your brain and my brain. And I think we might
yeah, either we're going to knock these picks out for the rest of the year. We're just going to completely kill them, right? Or
David, you need to hold us to that though, because if we make a gut call and then we start arguing for it, like you need to call us on it. Because apparently we're both really, really like able to sway opinion.
Y'all don't listen to me for shit. Why do you even try? You want me to try and fail? Is that what you want to?
That's not what we're asking you to do. We're not asking you to stand in the breach, Mr. Sky Janitor. I mean, we're not asking you to do an infantryman's job. We're just there. We're asking you to stand there specifically for the purpose of going, hi, you remember me? I'm Jiminy Cricket, and you told me to remind you about something.
Just throw the flag. That's all we're asking.
Be the conscience. Yeah, throw the flag. Get you a little Perry the Platypus and just call it.
Ooh, there you go.
Okay, yeah.
Penalty Perry. All right. So the Texans.
That actually works.
Right?
That does work.
Thank you, Dan Povenmire. Anyways, so then the next two are so the Texans lost to the Ravens 9-25. All right, great. Should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Then what you would have thought would have been the Bengals. Like, okay, all right, okay, all right. The Bengals. All right, cool.
They had a decent year last year.
They had a real good, decent year. The Browns with Deshaun, I touch everybody but myself. Watson comes in there on Sunday, and just kind of goes, who dat? Who they?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is our house. And for once, the Cleveland Browns gave the Dog Pound something to cheer about on opening weekend. So, golf clap ish.
Yes, I don't know if that.
I don't feel comfortable giving that man a golf clap.
I don't feel good about this at all.
It feels dirty.
It does feel dirty considering the number of women that he has given the clap to.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel I don't have to clap because a lot of those claps are actually clapping for me.
It feels redundant.
Yeah, it does. Then we moved back into the winning column by picking the Jaguars over the Colts.
I still feel like that's an easy pick.
It was, but I mean, I didn't expect that Jacksonville was going to give up freaking 21 points either, but
exactly
what it is. Then we picked the Buccaneers over the Vikings. And boy, let me tell you, Mayfield showed up, showed out. Hell yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he was looking good. I'm just kind of putting that out there. And then we took the Titans over the Saints.
I'm still surprised by that one. I don't feel bad about losing that one. Again, we're 1 point. Like that's
Yeah, I mean,
if we're gonna take an L, that's how I want to take it.
That was
Yeah.
even like the game that I chose. I mean, it was actually a pretty good game.
no, that was not the game that you chose, David.
Mm-mm.
No,
I'm not gonna let you get
I
away
know
with
it.
that.
Dolphins
Oh.
over the Chargers,
Yeah.
and that was
so
still a close game.
then we had the 49ers over the Steelers. That was kind of a no-brainer. That was about to that point on opening weekend was the biggest blowout to that point. No. David, listen, sense the tone, read the room. I said to that point.
He did say to that point.
Okay.
It's still Sunday. We haven't
moved into Sunday night.
right.
All right. Moving along.
De-stress your breast, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. Then we had the Redskins over the Cards. We picked that one, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And then we had the Bears over the Packers. God, what the hell were we thinking? I mean, but I did say that the Bears were going to be this year's version of the Denver Donkeys.
You did.
We picked the
I
Bears.
think they're
Guess
actually
what?
the version of the Bears.
The Bears, shit, the bad.
I think that was both of us. We both went against our guts on that one because neither of us felt good about that.
It's not true. Because I'm trying to use logic. I'm like, well, who the hell do they have at quarterback this year? They got a nobody. That's who they got.
Apparently, they know how to pick up nobody.
Then we had the Raiders over the Donkeys of Mile High City.
I'm surprised it was that close.
It was close, but we did get the 1 point win, so 1 point's as good as 1,000. So I'm good with that. Then we get into the game that Chris and I absolutely knew for a certainty what the hell we were talking about. But David, though, on the other hand, he was like, I think the Chargers are going to win that one. And to be fair, David did make the valiant effort to explain his pick. So I'm not going to give him too much matter about it. I'm not going to do it.
It was close.
It was close.
That's not.
But unlike the two games where we just went with our heads and lost by 1 point, David went with his head. David went with his gut on that one, I think. Is that fair assessment, David? Was that a gut pick?
Yeah, it was a gut pick.
And you lost by 2 points. So, yeah. Okay.
It's not that bad. It was actually a good game.
It's week one. You got plenty of time to come back.
That honestly could have gone much, much worse for him. And I thought it was going to go much, much worse.
Yeah. And then we had the Eagles over the Pats. Man, I really wanted that game to go the other way, but 25-20 to the Eagles. There you go. Then we had the Seahawks over the Rams.
I'm surprised at that one. I'm very surprised.
I am too, especially when you're in the House of Boom. Now, I don't know if anybody has seen video or pictures from the city of Seattle here lately, but it's not exactly the Emerald City so much anymore. Out there.
No.
I mean, both
Now,
of
to
them
be
are
fair, most of the Seahawks fans that visit the House of Boom take the ferry ride across the Puget Sound, and they come in from other places other than Seattle. So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Now, before I scroll any further, and
you need to take a moment.
Okay, I got like 4 TikToks that I like handpicked for this one.
All right, go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop sharing real quick.
No.
David,
Keep your stuff up. I just have to. I've got
to find the one that I wanted to play.
Okay. Go ahead and do that while I play these because it's gonna take a minute. How I have to do it. This one's for our new listener.
Here we see the United States Marine, a North American mammal, in his natural environment, the field. This herd, otherwise known as a gagglefuck, is performing a ritualistic ceremony in an attempt to summon the ghost of Chesty Puller, a deity to their culture. But for these peculiar creatures, their prayers fall on deaf ears, for they offer no crayons to sacrifice.
Okay, I had to do that one just for fun.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm
right,
gonna get the actual sharing stuff.
All right. So let me pull back up here real quick. Pulling up my favorites page on my TikTok. So go ahead and cue
here's my favorite.
Go ahead, hurry up. I saw that one. Stay down already.
Just stay down, for the love of God.
That's the part that got me. It's like, for the love of God. All right, go ahead and give me this camera.
All right, here you go. Johnny. Oh yes.
I didn't
Put
see
it
this
full
one.
screen.
All right.
Put it full screen.
Hold on, let me pull
All you
it
have to
over
do is go
here.
to the bottom
I
part.
know I'm pulling it over to where, because if I go full screen on my big monitor, it won't go full screen here. So let me go ahead.
I see what you guys did last night.
Oh,
I get it. Decided that if you play like absolute shit on national television and lose 40-0, then the rest of the league will think you suck and they won't prepare as hard for you for the rest of the games this year. That must be the reason why you played the way you did. You're smart, not dumb. You know who's smart and not dumb? Fredo is smart and not dumb. You played like a bunch of Fredos last night. You know what happened to Fredo? That's not the brother you want to play like.
See how you spit towards the screen?
Yeah.
That was as bad a game as I have ever seen. You guys were chefs who couldn't make toast. You guys were porn stars who couldn't get boners. You guys were blind brain surgeons with the shakes doing acid. I would rather have lit my balls on fire than watch that game last night. In fact, during the first quarter, after
My favorite part.
interception, hit, fumble, whatever the fuck you want to call it, my wife said, "You want to light your balls on fire, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I want to take a flamethrower to them." Damn it, it went from bad to worse to disaster to a shit-infested ass sewer last night, and that ain't good. I can't even get into specifics about last night. We looked awful. We averaged 2.6 yards per offensive play, 2.6 yards per play. A normal-sized man with an erect dick falling forward is more than 2.6 yards gain. Fuck it. It is what it is. You got your asses pounded. And it happened to be the first game of the season. You got nowhere to go but up from here. You all need to take some time and really think about that game last night because it was embarrassing, a little scary. Oh, yes, it was. It was a little scary, a little bit. 40-0 isn't an ass beating, guys. It's an ass implosion. Every one of your asses imploded last night, and I can't have that kind of rectal activity occurring on my football team. Each one of you needs to take a good hard look at your own ass and figure out what you need to do to keep that ass clean, ready, and moving forward. I got nothing more to say. I was taken by surprise last night. I got to be honest. The front office was taken by surprise. The fans were taken by surprise. The announcers were taken by surprise. But you can make it better by moving on, learning from it, and winning next week. I'm not going to hold your hands and tell you I love you. You're all big boys. Figure out how to never let what happened last night happen again. You and the coaches need to go figure it out. I have to go now. I got to console Dable, who was crying in his office all night, and Schoen, who apparently pulled a fucking Mitch McConnell and couldn't speak after the third quarter. All right, let's try to have a good week, gentlemen. You can put this past you, but you got to believe you can. I know you can. Let's get the train back on the track.
God damn, that was fucking great.
That
Oh,
was absolutely that was amazing. I was just like, what? You need to let me share.
dude, if they would have had that dude at halftime, it would have been a different outcome.
Dude,
How could you not go out and just murder somebody after that?
40 to nothing. I'm- I'm sitting. I'm watching this game.
I got one for
And
the
I'm watching it on
Steelers,
Peacock, right? I'm watching this game on Peacock, and like the streaming last night was horrible. We're talking about the feed kept cutting in and out. Why is the damn Aaron Rodgers video still going? But like the just in and out. And I'm just like, I'm losing my mind. But like they snapped the ball, and then I got to wait because of buffers. And I'm just like, it wasn't my internet 'cause I'm running speed tests on it during the broadcast, and I think it was on NBC's end. Anyway,
yeah, the broadcast actually, the big networks here lately have not been great.
so
You can watch
I
it on.
promised pre-show that I was going to address something. I had a bit of a monologue. For I'm not going to be able to rival what he did. Dick, dude, brother, that was
gold.
that was beautiful.
Beautiful.
That had the hit spot right there.
Yeah.
What's his name? I can't even remember his damn name. He got fired from Barstool.
Did he really?
No, not Dave Portnoy. He owns him. Failed actor, comedian. I can't remember his name anyway. It doesn't matter. He said his feed comes across on TikTok, and he's like, I sat on a plane for 2 hours trying to get home to watch this game. 40 to fucking nothing. And he's going off. He's like,
personal insult.
I couldn't even finish watching that shit. I changed the channel on the plane to the Real Housewives of New York. They had chutzpah. They had some class. They had some fight, some spunk. What the fuck? He lost the 40 to nothing. It was 40 to nothing to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sitting there going, oh,
God love them. I love the Cowboys, but I'm also realistic to know
that ain't happening every week.
They're the fucking Cowboys. I've seen way too many Cowboys fans that are taking this to heart. Like,
yeah, people are like,
touch us now. Like,
yeah, I'm just sitting there. I'm airing word of caution to my wife. And I told her what the score was. And she goes, "This is our year." I said, "Don't be one of those."
It's week fucking 1.
I was
we
like,
can't even get through December. Let's get through December, and then we can talk about it being our year.
I was like,
you got 17 weeks to fill. Just because you passed the first week doesn't mean you got anything else.
Yeah, I was just sitting there going, I was like, babe, please don't be one of those fans. What do you mean? I'll say what I want. And I was like, look, no. You know what kind of team this is. You know what kind of team this is.
Yeah.
That's
getting the first question on the quiz right and just turning it in and saying that's 100 right there. No.
I mean, to put it into perspective, Cowboys Nation, you get a 600 on your SATs just for writing your name down.
Right. That's literally what happened. We wrote our name on it.
Literally, we wrote our name on the season. That's all we managed to do. But
here's some stats though from that game though. It actually was a world record game. 7 sacks,
it was
1 pick-six, 1 blocking flag touchdown, and 5 forced fumbles, 0 points.
It was blocked field goal for a touchdown, not blocked flag. Anyways, FG David, for your information, means field
Field
goal.
goal. Okay.
Yeah.
I just picked it up. So.
Yeah, you're learning. You're learning. I get it.
No,
All good.
I'm trying
You're
to
learning. It's all good. It's all good.
You know that.
But
Guy is still
to that point, they were also the first team in like 53 years to open the season scoring 40 or more points in a shutout. So while it was a great statement to make on opening weekend of the season, carry that energy. Okay? Because here's my warning to Cowboys Nation. Here's my warning to the Cowboys themselves. While you may be a buzz, living it up in the Metroplex on sports radio this week, just remember, next week is out there. Next week is looming. You have to show up with the same intensity. You have to also understand that the league is going to watch the film from that game, and they are going to make adjustments. They are going to come ready, and they're hoping, praying that when they come into your house for opening weekend, your home opener, that they stomp a mud hole in you and walk it dry. And I pray upon prayers from the top of Mount Sinai itself. Do not let that be the New York Football Giants that comes in and embarrasses you on your home opener. Don't let it. Okay? Don't do what everybody's expecting us to do. Don't give us an overproductive season just to screw the pooch in the postseason. Okay. We got to see some flashes of brilliance on Sunday night. It was refreshing. It was great. It was fun to watch. I felt embarrassed at one point for the New York Giants. I really did. And that's saying something, considering those of you who watch this show, listen to this show, know how I feel about teams from the New York area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The only one that gets any kind of grace in my home that hails from the state of New York would be the Buffalo Bills. Okay. But let's, again, quoting Mr. Wolf, not go sucking each other's dicks just yet. All right. It's week 1. It is a long season. All right.
Especially for their next opponent. Yeah. I just looked and saw who they're playing.
Yeah, you looked ahead. Yeah. So, but moving on to Monday night's game last night, where Aaron Rodgers blew his Achilles tendon, one offensive series into his New York Jets career. He is now out for the season, but the Jets rallied for a 16-22 win over the Bills. We had that picked going the other way. So we ended the week on an L. We're not going to keep score. I don't really care. All right. So
that was one hell of a kick, though. That last kick was it was a doozy.
All right. So now we're moving into week 2. We're going to take the Thursday night game is the Vikings at the Eagles. Gee, I wonder who we're going to pick. We're going to pick the Eagles over the Vikings.
Mm-hmm. Again, it causes physical pain to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I never wanted to take an L so bad in my life.
Let's be honest.
Then we got the Packers at the Falcons. You know what? I'm not going to go against my gut this time. I'm going to say the Packers are going to pull this one out over the Falcons. And then we've got the next game. We've got the Raiders at the Bills.
I'm going to go Bills.
I'm going to go Bills on this one. Yeah.
They're going to have something to prove after last night.
Yeah, I mean they're going to come out. They're going to be hungry. This is going to be their home opener. Bills Mafia is going to show up in force. Mm-hmm. I think that it's going to be Bills all day. Then we got the Ravens at the Bengals. I'm thinking I'm going with the Ravens. I know Joe Burrow comes back.
I want to argue, but I'm not going against the gut. Gut says Ravens as well. I want to argue and say the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't see the Bengals bouncing back.
I don't think so.
No, I mean, not until Joe Burrow is 100%. Absolutely 100%.
Correct. I agree.
So it's not happening. This one, I'm going with the Lions over the Seahawks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go Seahawks on this one.
You want
My
me to make a
gut-
special note there?
Make a special note.
Yeah.
My gut saying Seahawks.
You too, David?
Yeah. And it's going to be one of those close games again, though.
It's not one that I can argue on, so I'm not going to try to persuade you. It just, I don't know. My gut says Seahawks.
I'm saying the same thing. But like I said, it's going to be. It might be.
Why my gut's telling me to pick the Lions. Okay, one, Lions. It's their home opener, right? I mean, they're playing within the confines, the friendly confines of Ford Field. So the Seahawks are going to come in.
I watch Moneyball. I get it.
It's not even a Moneyball thing.
No. You know that scene where they're all talking about who's going to be the best player and everything like that. It's usually just because they're just going. He looks like a good guy, so he's going to go out there and play good. No,
he's a good looking kid.
Yeah, no, it's not that logic at all. So
yeah,
I mean, the Lions last week. I mean, they barely missed it. Barely missed that win, right?
Yeah,
and then you saw what happened to the Seahawks with the 49ers, right?
They didn't play the 49ers.
I mean, and it was who they played. I just saw it last.
Rams.
Okay, so
I think it's going to light a fire on them.
I understand that.
Pissed them off.
I understand that, but bear in mind that Detroit is a better defensive team than the Rams were.
That's true.
The Lions defense is better than the Los Angeles Rams defense. No.
I mean,
early season picks. I mean, if you look at the strength, the individual position players, the defensive line itself, Detroit per capita has a better defensive unit than the Los Angeles Rams do. Don't look back a couple of years where the LA Rams won a Super Bowl. Dude, they haven't done anything since.
Well, no, I'm not arguing that fact. That fact is, I told you last year.
Defense,
I was like, the Rams are going to suck this year.
Like the Seahawks defense is the furthest thing from even remotely resembling the Legion of Boom. The Legion of Doom that went on that.
I totally agree with you on that. Okay. The thing is, though, I still think the Seahawks are just. Watch the game. This will be one of those games you can watch and you'll enjoy because it's going to be a firefight. It's going to be a drag out knuckle drag. I don't think that actually makes any sense even to me, but
it's not good on paper.
Yeah, it does not look good on paper. But honestly, I think the Seahawks are going to pull it out of their ass. I have that feeling that the Seahawks are going to pull it out of their ass. These two teams are going to fight the fight. But I think the Seahawks might have a little bit of.
I'm not even going to ask you to try to quantify that pick because I'm not sitting here trying to insult you, David. I'm not going to go down that road. Okay, if you feel in your gut that the Seahawks are going to beat the Lions this coming week, then fine. You stick with that. Stay true to your conviction. I'm telling you that logically and gut wise, I'm picking the Lions based solely on the fact that the Lions defense was better or is better than what than the Rams, even though the score was way more lopsided. I think that that's more of a telltale that the Seahawks offense is lacking. Okay, because they were only able to put up 9 points against an inferior defensive unit in the form of the Los Angeles Rams. They may be able to put up 9 or 10 points against the Lions defensive team. But the Seahawks defense is going to be their Achilles tendon all year long. Their secondary is so incredibly lackluster. I wouldn't compare it to a colander or a sieve that you use to drain pasta with. But you could play billiards. You could play slop rules billiards, like barroom pool, to sink the 8-ball against the Seattle Seahawks secondary.
And I don't necessarily disagree with anything. I don't know. It's my gut is telling me that in this instance,
I mean, and
they're gonna pull it out.
we do know that Detroit is not afraid to throw the ball. They will establish a run game early. They will stack the box and they will run it down the middle of that.
Oh yeah,
every day, all day, every day.
yeah.
Okay. And once they've established the run game and they start, that secondary starts crashing down, trying to block up those running lanes. All they're going to do is they're going to go trips left, trips right, or they're going to send a double tight end set, and they're going to start throwing options all fucking day long. And they're going to start wearing out that defense, and it is going to be an atrocious. It's not going to be a 40-0 debacle, a la Dallas, against New York, but it's. I'm probably willing to bet that the Lions are going to win this game by 17 points. Now, and I'm not making that. I'm not voicing my opinion to try to change your mind, because we already established at the beginning.
Oh no, I'm standing behind it.
Yeah. So if you're going to make that pick, stick to it. I'm just giving you my rationale. I'm not asking you guys to do the same thing. But
I think it's going to be a 1-possession game.
You think it's going to be a 1-possession game?
I do.
Okay. All right. So what? You're giving it like a 6
one way or the other. I think it's going to be 1 possession.
You're gonna give it as what? Like a 4-point spread then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
no. I'll give it 6. I'll give it a 6 point.
You'll give it 6 points. Okay.
I'll give it 6.
No, I mean, I think it's going to be either a 15 or a 17-point spread in favor of the Lions. I think that the Seahawks are going to start the season off 0-2, and I mean, they're not going to be a doormat for their division this year by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to be a problem for people, especially down the stretch. But I think the Lions are going to take it to them this Sunday. But moving on, we've got the Colts at the Texans. I really wanted to go to that game. I think the Colts. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Colts this time.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they ended this one in a tie too. But I'm just kind of. I mean, I've got the boys this weekend, so I can't go to this game, even if I wanted to. Well, I mean, I do, but I can't go to this game. So I'm just kind of like, all right, because I'm going to have to be on the road to take the boys back to their mom, meeting halfway this weekend, but still. Yeah. And then we're going to move on. We're going to go with the Chiefs at the Jaguars. Man, I don't know.
It's a tough ball, man. Like you could almost flip a coin on this one, honestly.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm sitting there, I'm looking at that performance that Mahomes turned in. It wasn't vintage Mahomes, but that was week 1. But week 1, you really kind of want to set the tone for the season, right?
I would blame a lot of that on his receivers too, though, because when you actually look, like he was on with his throws.
Yeah,
they just couldn't fucking bring him in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it was gross. I mean, trying to watch the highlights from that game.
It was awful. It was very painful.
It really was. Yeah, I'm eating on air. You don't like it, change the channel. I don't care. Anyway.
Change the channel. God, you're old.
Unsubscribe, unfollow, whatever. Change it over to Cornhub. I don't really care.
There you go. Hey, is that an option?
Whatever you do, don't share my screen.
Right.
It's gonna tilt my camera up.
It's like, what do you think I've been watching while you've been talking?
Why is David's on mute? Oh shit, David's on mute.
Turn your camera off, damn it.
David's watching Cougar Corn again.
No, I go with the Saber-tooth tigers.
Oh,
Wow.
Al's so old you're afraid to thrust too hard because you might rip their paper thin skin.
What are you talking about? That's the whole enjoyment of it. You feel accomplished when you break a hip.
Wow.
You know, David, in some circles, pedophiles can tell you the same thing.
That
See,
was even
you
worse.
wanted to go dark. I went dark.
You went dark on that one. We're live on air. That's what's really sad. I can't edit it out. I would have to take off the whole freaking episode and then bring it back on and edit that out. That's how brave, man. You get brave when we're live.
We don't even have the delay on here or nothing.
No,
You're getting it
No.
raw and unfiltered.
yeah.
Just like David used to back in his choir boy days.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd say that.
God, that was a good one too. But I keep on getting slapped like a 1950s wife. So
Well, you keep running your mouth like one.
yeah.
It's like, what do you tell your dishwasher? I mean, what do you do?
Go
What do you
back.
do when your
No,
dishwasher
go
stops
back and
working?
start it from the
I
beginning.
mean, after two black eyes, you shouldn't have to say anything else.
Yeah.
No, now that joke does not directly reflect my personal beliefs. Everybody is to just calm down.
Yeah. You're the one that
It's a
used
joke.
that.
I'm not
Yeah,
a
I was
kid.
gonna say you'll end up with a
Damn
black
hard.
eyes.
I'm seriously believing that Johnny would be the ones with the black eyes.
Oh yeah, and you would smack
No.
the shit
In,
out of
in the corners.
No, I am
Crying.
definitely the alpha in my home. So don't get your wires crossed.
Uh-huh.
Didn't we go over this last week? I mean, I still got the video. I cut it. I can send it to Chris.
Mhm. Oh, you don't need to. I was there.
Yeah,
Oh.
he was there. And for
No.
those,
I
of,
put
for
that
those
one.
of you who are listening, whether either live or on delay, yeah, I'm aware of what I said. Now, there is a difference between being a cuck and being somebody who understands that they may have overstepped the line just a little bit.
It's very true.
So,
Yeah, it's the amount of sorries, really. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm going to take the Chiefs because I think that Jake from State Farm is going to come in. He's going to give the guys a pep talk and
Get them
No.
back to the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
I just don't see anything from the Jaguars that's convincing me otherwise.
I'm
Yeah.
I'll go with you on that
I'll go
one.
with you on Chiefs.
I mean, jazz
Sooner or
back
later, they're
bomb,
gonna remember
9
how to-
yards, I mean, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, they're going to remember how to catch eventually.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Kelsey needs to maybe not film this week's podcast and, kind of work out an extra day. I don't know.
Lose the gloves.
Right. The next game is going to be the Bucks in the over the Bears. That one's kind of,
Bucks, I guess.
I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. I mean,
Yeah.
with the way that Mayfield was playing,
Mm-hmm.
the way that the Bears played.
I'm not super fired up about it because honestly, if Buccaneers were playing anybody else, I'd probably go with them.
Yeah. All right. Now we've got the Titans hosting the Chargers next week. This is the home opener for Tennessee.
I'm gonna go Tennessee.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I got nothing on this one. It's one of those games you just have to watch and hope for the best.
Now we start talking about
Hmm.
the redemption tour for the New York Football Giants starts week 2,
Yeah.
where they
I kinda
visit,
Train
they
wreck.
go to the desert, hoping to find redemption.
I don't know. I think with the way that they're going to get worked out this week, I almost feel sorry for the Cardinals because they're really going to have something to prove. The Giants are going to have to prove that that was just a fluke. Because if they come out and they lose this one, that's it.
Everybody's getting fired.
Yeah, you just shut the lights off.
I mean,
man.
the coach is going to be told you're taking an economy class private. I mean, you're taking economy class commercial. You're
JetBlue.
flying Spirit Air home.
Yes. Like he may have to work the flight in order to be able to get home.
He's going to have to be the glory hole on the flight home.
It is, yeah, it's going to be bad. Yeah, I hate to say that on a week 2 game, but it's almost a make or break for them at this point. Not after having a loss of that big in your season opener, like you have to come back and just.
That being said,
stomp something.
I still want to take the Cards.
Really?
Yeah. Ass chewing aside, extra practice all aside. It's up to that team to find the motivation to show up on week 2 and undo the image that they supplanted. I mean, that they just absolutely cemented in the mental minds of every NFL fan across the league. It's like you're going to get blown out at home on opening night, 40-0 against the Cowboys. And then all of a sudden you're expected to come out and just erase all that. No. I think it's going to be a close one. It's going to be like a 3-point game. And I know that that's like a kind of a chicken shit ocean to pick, but no, not right now. I'm good. No, I'm good. Thank you. But I think it's actually going to be a 4-point game. I think the Cardinals are going to pull that one out, and it's going to be a 4-point game. But I everything is telling me pick the Cardinals on this one. I mean, I know that the Giants are going to come out. They're going to have something to play for. That they want to establish themselves as, hey, we're not going to be the doormats this year, and they'll still get that accomplished. They're not going to. I mean, they're going to put up their first points of the season, but they're going to fall short by 4 this week, I think.
I can't agree. I got to go against you on this one. Dave, you got to be the tiebreaker.
I don't think the Giants are gonna pull it off. Cardinals are actually gonna beat them fast.
Guess we're going Cardinals then.
I'll
still
put
an asterisk.
Well, I'll put your pick on the side. Okay. All right. So then we got the 49ers at the Rams. Niners.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon game.
How
The Jets
are getting another Sunday afternoon.
So the Jets are coming to Dallas to play the Cowboys. If it was Aaron Rodgers under center, I might be worried.
I don't know.
All right, think about it like this. Understand.
Obviously, I'm going Cowboys.
Understand that the Cowboys batted above their batting average on Sunday night.
Oh, they punched up for sure.
Yeah. But I'm not sold on the Jets, period.
No, it does feel
I knew that the Jets were going to, at the very least, have a 500 season, but they were not going to make the playoffs. They weren't. They were going to get close. They were going to get within a cunt here of making the playoffs, and they were going to miss it.
No, it was a lot of luck that they got last night to get that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of luck there. No, I absolutely think the Cowboys. It's not going to be another blowout by any means.
No.
I'm not saying 40-0 at all. It's not even going to be. It's going to be a 2-possession game.
Yeah, I would love to see Deuce Vaughn get his first professional touchdown, though. I really would. I mean, if you open up the passing game And I mean, that's gonna leave you a lot of options everywhere.
Yeah.
The only thing is the Cowboys need to execute. Dak Prescott needs to have a flawless game again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he needs to go 100 for 100 or anything like that. He just can't turn the ball over.
Right.
All right, so we're taking the Cowboys on that one. And then we got the Redskins at the Donkeys. I'm thinking we're going to take the Redskins again.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a no-brainer.
Yeah. All right, so this is an interesting game. You've got the Dolphins at the Patriots. Patriots, and to be honest, that game that they lost against Philadelphia on Sunday was not, I mean, it was a lot closer than the score, indicated. Because the Patriots fought all the way down to the final whistle.
Yeah, there's still a part of me that wants to pick the Dolphins, though.
I kind of do, but I don't know, man.
I'll say the Patriots only because they're at home.
I mean, they were at home versus the Eagles too, but
the Dolphins aren't the Eagles.
No, they're not.
If they play the same caliber game that they did last week, then they will beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, they will. All right. Saints at the Panthers. I'm going to take the Saints on that one.
I honestly have no fucking.
Just agree with us, David.
I'll agree with y'all, but this is one of those games that some of these games that pop up, you just like, hey, you're gonna have to watch it, and I kind of don't want to watch it because I'm just gonna be depressed the entire time, type deal.
Right.
I mean,
Monday night is a doubleheader. All right, so we're gonna take the Saints over the Panthers, but then in the doubleheader, the Browns at the Steelers.
That's another one that
I just kind of want to pick the Browns on this one.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that you don't really want to watch either. I mean, you're just trying to figure out the teeth marks in the barrel at that point. I'm watching both these games.
And depending on what your orientation is, tells us how far down the barrel the teeth marks go.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a small part of me that wants to pick the Steelers, but I think that's more nostalgia.
Yeah,
than anything.
and I thought the same thing too.
Steelers fan.
That was my knee-jerk reaction, was to go Steelers all day.
Yeah,
I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, I don't know,
but I can't. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be nostalgia, because even as I say I want to pick them, I can't actually come up with a good reason.
Yeah, I can actually see the stats of the Browns, and they're actually not like super halfway decent to where I'm going, oh, it's Browns all the way. No. I just see how Steelers suck. And
I mean, it's going to be about a mediocrity on Monday night for
all the way around.
Somebody's going to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. I mean, that's what they're going to do.
Yes,
there has to be I want to say there has to be a winner, but coming from last year, that's not necessarily true.
So is David going out on a limb and picking a tie on Monday night?
God, I would just wish on it, honestly. I don't want either team to win.
Do you want me to make it official and put you in parentheses, dude?
No, because I know it's not going to happen.
All right.
I wouldn't take that bet. I wouldn't put $5 on it. I would just we'll just go with the Browns and just be completely sad about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to send you the picks right now. And then,
it's sad that we have to go back to this old school way.
Yeah. Well, it is there.
Technology.
it is what it is.
It is what it is indeed. So we're going to do this. Come over here.
Oh, I just got a notification today. The Monday after NASCAR, guess what I have to do?
PT test.
No, jury duty.
Oh
I
my
already
God.
had the day off.
So you're gonna have to leave Sunday night because you got to be there like in the morning.
Oh yeah.
8:30. Oh, it's 8:30, and you. I hate to say this, but
You're either gonna have to leave Sunday night, so
usually-
you get a decent
no,
night
no,
of
no,
sleep.
no, no. Usually when I go there, it's usually. Let me go get your stat stuff off. Usually, jury duty in this town is a joke because it really doesn't happen all too often.
Well, I mean, have you seen the court system? I mean, come on. Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to jury duty for the Trump trial, so that'd make us
I mean,
famous.
all they'd have to do is ask me how I voted in the last election, and I would automatically get disqualified.
Just show up in a Black Rifle shirt and you'd be oh hell no.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so David, if you want to go ahead and cue up the read.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that.
That would be helpful, yes. By the way,
Here at Angry Me Production, want to thank our sponsor, Mobile Notary Mindy. She's certified with the National Notary Association. She's also bonded and E&O insured. She offers a wide range of services, including wills, powers of attorney, medical documents, healthcare proxies, living wills, certification of trust, assignment of personal property, HIPAA waivers, advanced healthcare directives, and 99 verification. You can find her on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Mobile Notary Mindy. You can also visit her webpage at TexasMobileNotaryMindy.com. That's TX MobileNotaryMindy.com. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. Yes, thank you for the sponsor, Reed. How's it going, Colin?
Okay, it's pretty good.
You had baseball practice today.
Yeah. They kept us in the weight room 15 minutes longer than we were supposed to be in there.
Oof, yikes. All right, so I'm going to kind of go out on a limb here. I got an email from Colin the other day. Where did it go? Holy crap. This is what happens when you get like spammed like crazy. Okay. There is.
Oh, you're talking about the baseball fundraiser.
Yeah, it's about the baseball fundraiser. All right. So, oh my God. Where is it? Here we go. All right. So Colin is participating with the JV team for Rider Baseball for the last year of Rider High Baseball. He's got a $400 goal, everybody. So let me see here. Is there... I'm going to view the fundraiser, and then I'm going to send David. I'm going to send you the link to the fundraiser. If he'll put it on the description for the page, I would have greatly appreciate it.
I don't help out.
I didn't ask you to help out. I'm asking our listeners to help out.
Yeah, I gotta put it in the description.
All right. So
I wonder if I can do that now. I'll wait on it.
Let me get over here. Doing everything like that. Chris, do you want me to send it to you, or do you just want to wait?
I will wait.
Okay. All right. So the currently the Rider Baseball fundraiser, it's got a goal of $15,000. Right now they're at $10,537. Colin himself, he is at $330 of his $400 goal. I think that we need to to bump those numbers up. I think we need to put them past the $400 goal. So we're really going to try to do that to make sure that that he gets there. So Yeah. Without further ado, Colin, I know that you're going to have some gold for us this week, so just allow me to do your intro, and we'll see what we can figure out here. In the aftermath of the absolute national television embarrassment that was the New York Football Giants on Sunday night, the clouds, the rain, the misery, the fog, comes a shining light. Is it the second coming of Christ, you ask yourself? No, not quite. It's the Ronin of comedy. It's the one person in this show who makes even the darkest of senses of humor sit back and question itself as to what it's really doing with its life. I give to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and angry faithful of all ages, my genetic code on display for your ears and eyes to feast upon. I give to you this week's installment of Joke Time with Colin.
Oh, shit! Oh,
Okay, there we go.
We need to come up with a more anime or anime sounding, with like the sword swishing through the air. Maybe Goku doing his Kamehameha. That would be more.
You have buttons too.
It needs significantly more yelling.
Yeah. I'll work on it. Yeah. Hey, Colin, you ready?
What do you call a gender neutral? Wait, hold on. I screw this up.
Start it again.
What do you call a gender neutral person that is lactose intolerant? That is lactose intolerant. Non-binary.
Oh my God.
Oh God, that was.
I know. I was bad on purpose.
Oh, so he was
Setting the bar low to begin with, so that his final one is that much better. I see.
All right.
So he's the New York Football Giants.
He didn't suck that bad.
We could
I
look
gave you a chuckle.
What does a gay guy and a drug dealer have in common? They both get a lot of crack.
odd.
I mean, it's week 1 of the NFL season, so he's trying to find his groove here. And the screen went black, so I am assuming he's going after a third.
Okie dokie, and this one needs to be under review.
We got a flag on the field.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Yes, I am saying yes to this joke. Gentlemen, hold on to your butts. This is going to be great. Yeah, I'm saying yes to it, Colin. Go for it.
We're ready.
Okay, yeah, no, my screen froze. Wait, why did Joe Biden pull out the Afghanistan war? Because it was over 18 years old.
Oh.
Yes. That's what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
That's how you finish strong.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Oh my God. That was worth it.
That's
That
what
was
we're
worth
waiting for.
Oh my God. Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh, that was amazing. Oh my God.
Oh man, that was great.
That's a
That
good
gave me warm, fuzzy feelings inside. Now.
Oh, man.
That
Uh-huh.
warm- yeah, that
Yes,
warm,
sir.
cold heart.
solid ending.
Solid. Absolute solid. Yeah. Okay. So I'm
That
gonna
they
do
made
the outro. I'm gonna do the
sense.
outro. I'm gonna do the outro for your segment real quick, Colin. Yeah, but I want you to stick around for to till the show's over, because I want to give my official on air Starfield review. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go back into sharing the screen. Go for it, David.
Sharing the screen. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm still on presenting, but you've got my window in the back. There we This segment of the NASCAR news is brought to you by Logitech, the same company that steered the Ocean Gate sub to its place in history.
Yes.
Anyway,
Uh,
not only did it survive the depths and was recovered,
You know that was
you
fake,
can
right?
still find the same model controller on sale on Amazon. Check it out. All right. It's only kind of fortuitous that the title of the article there has been there, done that. Yeah. All right. So like the standings after after this week's race. Let me go to it. Tyler Reddick won this week. I believe they were at Kansas. Yeah, so they were at Kansas. It was it was kind of a lackluster race, to be completely honest with you. But moving on to the next week's race, which is the Bass Pro Shops night race on the asphalt, not on the dirt. It's on asphalt. Hate when they put dirt on Bristol. I mean, it was a gimmick. It was good for a year or two, but I'm like, I'm over it. Let's just move on, right? Okay. Anyways,
agree.
For those of you looking on the screen here, Bass Pro, it's this Saturday. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, Angry Me is going to the races.
Yeah, I can't believe it's only like a week away.
Hey, dude, it's gonna be glorious. Anyways, Bristol, look for some movers, comers, and goers. It's gonna be an interesting race to watch. But I mean, as far as the standings are concerned, top 5 right now is the only ones that we're gonna go over. Kyle Larson still leads the way. Tyler Reddick's in the number 2 spot. Denny Hamlin and William Byron and Brett Keselowski round out your top 5. You know what? I'm going to go into it. I'm going to look to see who the bubble drivers are this week, because this is the this will be the cutoff race, if I'm not mistaken, before they move into the round of 12. But of course, you got Tyler Reddick and Kyle Larson right there. Kyle Larson's in the number 1 position by virtue of 6 points. Both of them have locked themselves into the next round by virtue of a win. Let me see here. You got Kevin Harvick down here in 12th place. He's technically on the bubble, but you got Martin Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Michael McDowell. I am not entirely surprised to see Bubba Wallace or Ricky Stenhouse Jr. down there. Michael McDowell, kind of shocked. I thought he'd have a little bit more consistent finishing average at this point in the first round of the playoffs. But I mean, if you have one bad week, when you're relying on all 3 weeks to get you through on points, it's going to come back and bite you. But Martin Truex Jr., he's really the surprise there. I expected to see Christopher Bell or Ross Chastain down there at this point. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, at least, we know that Martin Truex Jr. is coming back next year. So, and then, of course, Denny Hamlin, he signed a multi-year extension with Joe Gibbs Racing. So, we're going to be stuck listening to him whine that nobody's giving him his racing groove in the number 11 FedEx car, for the next few years. Kevin Harvick, I expect him to move on to the next round by virtue of points. I think that he may end up leapfrogging Joey Logano and possibly even Christopher Bell in the standings. But I don't look for anybody to fall out. I mean, the only reason anybody would fall out at this point is if Martin Truex Jr. has a couple of stage wins this coming week at Bristol. I look for Kyle Larson to have a strong showing at Bristol. He really kind of excels on the short tracks. That was kind of his bread and butter this year was the short track. So look for him to have a strong showing to maybe even pad his points lead going into the next round. We'll see if he can maintain that all the way to the end and compete for the title at Phoenix, but that's what I'm going with right now. I would love to see both Hendrick drivers in the final four, but William Byron's going to have to really start showing some better consistency as far as like not necessarily finishes, but stage finishes during the course of the race. William Byron, he is pretty good at Bristol on the short tracks, but it's going to be tough because he's going to go to Texas, which is a mile and a half. It's a mile and a half race. And so there was a 2 on the bottom. There was that one in the next sheet. You can throw those away because we didn't need them. I printed them out, but I thought, but we didn't need them. Yeah. But I regardless as to who's dropped off by the time Texas rolls around, Texas is going to be an amazing experience. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be definitely it's going to be a it's going to be an aspirin fueled weekend for sure.
Yeah.
But that's it for the sports section. Starfield came out on the 1st, and I paid for the premium edition upgrade on my Series X Xbox, and so I got to play it early. And let me tell you, I've got about 48 hours, close to 48 hours of gameplay on it right now, and you can go ahead and take away the window, David. I'll stop sharing. There we go. Did it for you. Good job. Stay with us, Colin. There you go. He's got it paused or muted because he's playing Xbox right now.
Yeah,
Probably.
No,
What do you? It's fine. I mean, we're doing the video game portion of the show. So what are you playing right now?
I was playing Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you, buddy? I mean, it is
No,
what it is.
I closed out the game.
And nobody said you had to. Just kind of pointed out that you had us muted, but it's all good. It's whatever.
No, I have myself muted.
That's all right. Fine. Yeah.
He is technically correct.
He is technically correct. All right.
That's
Fine.
kind of
4-1 Collins team. Jesus Christ. Anyways, Starfield. I mean, guys, I kind of went into it a little bit in depth with you two before the show started. I mean, the mechanics on it, I'm actually really pleased. There's not a lot of camera, glitching as far as the camera is concerned. Which, I mean, as we all know, I mean, anybody who's played a Bethesda game for more than 12 hours knows, hey, you can expect that whenever you get up close to some objects, you're going to see right through it just because the rendering is going to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing a lot of that at all. The only time, in fact, that I do see it is when you take advantage of the map glitch when you drop below the map to raid loot chests, for the vendors in the game. And yeah, I'm not afraid to admit I'm absolutely taking advantage of that exploit. I have not built an Enterprise or an flying American flag cargo ship yet.
I saw that. That was fantastic.
dude. I seen the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger one.
Yeah, somebody built a Megazord. Yeah, I mean, and to be completely and perfectly honest with you, they didn't fly it. They didn't fly it. No, they could not fly it because it had too much mass for the reactor class. Because your ships can only be a certain height.
Yeah.
And they can only be a certain length and width at this point, right? I think the maximum push out is going to be that one American flag, space semi truck kind of a thing, right?
That thing was amazing.
Dude, it was great. But
Now, the one I like the most is the Serenity.
yeah, I did see a Serenity. Yeah. I did also say Colin sent me a TikTok video where it showed some of the builds. Somebody built the NX-01 Enterprise.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now, I'm interested to find out as to whether or not it can fly.
Yeah.
Because with one of the requirements for these starships that you go when you go into the shipbuilders that they need a certain amount based on length, width, and mass. They need a certain amount of landing gear. And one of the other requirements is that the power drain for the different components on your ship need to fall in line with the class reactor that you've got. Now, there are some reactors that early on in the game you're not going to have access to. But if you spend time and skill points on your piloting skill, and you rank it all the way out, I mean, you're going to get full access to everything. I'm a pilot with the Vanguard right now. Also holding a United Colonies citizenship based on the mission that I'm currently doing. That, by virtue of that alone, gives you special access to UC ship parts.
nice.
So yeah, I mean, it's very, very well. It's theoretical that I could build a fighter, a fighter class, and just one that I can just go around just picking fights with. That's going to have like amazing shields and hull capacities, and not very many, not very much in the way of crew or cargo space. But again, it's just for the sheer fact or sheer principle of picking fights in orbit. And it's funny because right now I've got the Razor Leaf ship that you get from the Mantis mission, and Spacers is a class of basically they're pirates, right? So you got pirates, you got the Spacers, you've got the House of Verdun, and then you've got the Crimson Fleet, who like to pick fights with everybody, right? They like to ambush people, they like to grab, jump in. But right now, in the Spacers are absolutely terrified of the Mantis. They don't know who the Mantis is, right? All they know is that the Mantis's ship just jumped into orbit, and they'll try to engage you, and then they realize, and like literally some of the dialogue is that we might want to go, and then they grab, jump out.
That's awesome.
I'm sitting here going,
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, listen. We fucked up.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, and it's and in true Bethesda fashion, I mean, your decisions during the course of the game, even early on, matter. I mean, it affects the gameplay. My character has married its companion in game, and it's just based on decisions, and and it's like it's kind of it's fun. I don't have any complaints. I mean, yes, it was a little bit slow within the first like couple of hours. But I mean, you need to get at least 10 or 12 hours into it in order to, understand, okay, here's where the mission's going. Here's where the game is pointing. But I mean, as far as open world, in the truest, sense of the word, where you have just complete autonomy to go anywhere you want. The only time that you're restricted from going anywhere is when locks are inaccessible, and that's usually because they will not be opened until later when the quest opens them up. And you've got differing, between the planets and the moons that you visit. you have different, differing levels of gravity. Just like the moon is like 1/3 or a quarter of the gravity that the Earth has. But it's I mean, if you don't have an Xbox Series X and you have the means to get one, obviously I'm not encouraging the financial irresponsibility, but if you have the means to please go do yourself a favor, invest in the console, get Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, play the game. If you want to pay the extra $30 to get the premium upgrade, do it. But beware, you're going to spend your time away from the console thinking about getting back to your house to play on your game, just so that way you can advance.
See, that's what's dangerous is I have room on my credit card and I work at home. So that would be a very, very dangerous combination for me.
It would. It takes a lot of self-discipline. Colin, whenever you're here this weekend, I'm going to let you, try it out a little bit just so you can kind of see what it is. If you're not comfortable with that, obviously you can watch me play because I'm going to be on it. But
I want to play it. I gotta at least have some of the taste of it.
Right.
See, that's the problem though, because like when I'm over there next weekend,
the first one's always free.
That little taste is that's gonna ruin me, man. I'm gonna come back after that, and it's just gonna be. You got any more of that Starfield? Like it's bad enough watching my favorite streamer play
like this. Hey man, you got any of that Starfield over there?
That's what I'm worried about.
Coach, come on.
One of the things that I saw was one of the skills you should really have like really high up is like negotiating on like with NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
This guy accidentally shot a friendly ship and one of his important crew members left and he couldn't like convince her to stay. So now she will never go on the ship again.
Yeah, and like at all. I mean, that's it. In if I mean, because you can finish the game in a number of different ways. Because I'm sure that there's an endpoint there, but it's because right now I'm aligned with Constellation, Vanguard, and the UC. And there's so many opportunities to make money in that game, just by doing jobs. Of course, obviously you've got your XP farms, you've got your map exploits, things like that. But dude, it is absolutely it's such a gorgeous game. It was so well done. I mean, the rendering on it, it within the first 48 hours the game was out, there was already 600 mods available online for PC players.
Holy.
Yeah.
So you got, here, one of the things that I love though is the fact that the game has a multitude of different calibers for the multitude of different weapons that are in there, right? But the back-to-back World War champion still has a place in humanity's future.
I heard about that.
There's a 45 ACP, and my character's dad gave me one.
No.
Gifted me the founder of Constellation's 45 ACP pistol.
Bro.
And I have it on my, I have it in my character's inventory that he carries planet side, right? So I'm like, in a pinch, because right now I've got this just absolute rail driver of a rifle. It's a ballistic weapon, and it has like the chance to do occasional incendiary damage, right?
Oh, hell yes.
I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm not kidding you. I will take a screenshot. I will show you guys later. It is an honest to God 45 ACP Colt pistol.
Hold on. I got you.
You know,
That just warms the heart.
yeah, doesn't it though? And I'm just kind of sitting there going, man, that's just
Even in space, the Lord's own caliber rings true.
uh-huh. Oh,
I
so
got it.
a little bit of nerdness here. All right, so
there we go. I got this.
Do you really have it though, David?
Yeah, because I sent it to those guys.
Oh, did you?
That much. Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't send that much to
that video. But I'm, personally on my own game, my personal file, I've got the 45 ACP, the Colt 45 ACP.
Come on, buffer.
It's the 24th century, yet the two-time World War champ chambered in God's caliber does more damage than a literal laser rifle.
It's a no time.
A few moments later.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So a little off topic. All right. Switch me over, Chris. I mean, David, switch me over.
Should
now,
come back.
Chris,
There we go.
check this out. All right. So as soon as David puts me up on the screen, there we go. That is a 3D printed model that somebody lit, because the kit for the Enterprise G is not available anywhere. But somebody, they're called the Horner Shipyards. What they have done is they've created an STL file for the Enterprise G in 2 different scales, and they were like, "You can't light it." And then one of the first people that bought it was like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
Not only did they light it,
Watch me,
but they built an endoskeleton to support it from the inside. Now, the 3D print in the 1000 scale runs you about $200 right now. I'm going to wait for the kit to get released by either round 2, which is Polar Lights, or AMT. So that way it's a little bit more cost effective, because I do want to build the Enterprise G. Fun fact, though, I did hear that AMT, who released back in the 90s, I think it was 98, it was a scale model of the Enterprise D, right? Right now, that kit goes for about anywhere from $75 to $90, depending on who you get it from. Right? Yeah, it's not terrible. David, what are you doing?
Oh. I'm still just trying to get this. There we go.
Yeah. Don't play that while we're live, man. Come on.
No, God, wrong fucking thing.
Okay. All right.
There we go. God.
He had a nickel for every time he's heard that.
I know, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm not even going to touch on the fact that the University of Texas, that I cannot absolutely stand, went into Tuscaloosa and beat the University of Alabama.
Who saw that coming?
Not me at all. And
hell, there's people that are upset with the
dude.
Okay, no. Okay, I did it right. Fuck.
Yeah, the Peyton.
I'm a Longhorns fan,
Manning,
but
yeah,
Peyton Manning's reaction to this was just absolutely. It's like,
want to watch here.
I didn't know they only had. I thought they only had one quarterback on their whole roster. It's like,
is that backups?
Oh man! But
he's down. No, it's his ankle.
Eli's face. He looks traumatized.
He's gonna. I think they got him in the ankle. There's another 3-step, Pate. We're trying to get the ball out quick. The left tackle's cutting the ball, thinking the ball should be out on a quick game. A whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was bad, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Starfield though, I dude, I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of a 10.
What's keeping it from getting a 10?
I don't think I've ever rated any game 10 out of 10 because I'll give it a 9.2 because like any game these days, with the exception of Baldur's Gate 3 before David has a chance to pipe up, there's always room for patches. There's always room for update.
And there's always something that's fucking up the game. Because like right now with Baldur's Gate, for some reason, parts of the party just goes away. Not even and it's not even part of the game. It's just they get stuck somewhere and you have to like figure out how to get everything unstuck. It's a puzzle within a puzzle that's not even supposed to be a puzzle.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. If it's there is something that I do want to do though with not only the boys, but y'all, whenever like Chris, I think that you would get a kick out of this. Maybe David, your daughter, she would get a kick out of this. Like if we just had kind of like an Angry Me Houston type weekend. Give me the screen again. Yeah. All right. So there's a Dragon Ball restaurant in Conroe.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Hey, okay, hold on. Pause real quick. Go to the actual screen to where and enlarge it.
All right,
but with the actual TikTok stuff.
Oh, with the actual TikTok stuff. All right.
Yeah. It doesn't fill up your whole screen. It actually, that's how I was doing it.
Shut up. All right. So. Nope, that's not it.
It's like the little square thing with all the other ones. Why don't you have it on there?
I don't know. So I'll tell you what I'll do. Here. Let me do this. Let me figure this out real quick. All right. That's probably about as good as you're going to get.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about as good as you're going to get. I mean, that looks legit, dude. I mean, it really does.
Dude, that wall art is crazy.
And it's called Dragon Ball C or Dragon Bowl C, right? C because it's in Conroe.
Yeah.
But it's a ramen restaurant.
Oh, hell yeah.
And, it's not like where you've had most of, you can take the screen off now. It's not like most of the ramen restaurants that we've, that we're kind of inundated with, where it's just really overpriced, where you go in and like there's a ramen restaurant in Wichita Falls. I took the boys to, like, when it opened, it was just the three of us.
Dude.
We went to go get ramen before we went to a movie, and I dropped $75 in there just for three people.
Jesus. And it was horrible too.
It was bad. I mean, like, I can make better ramen using Top Ramen.
Dude, no, there's actually a better place. It's called Fun Noodles. They actually make the noodles in house You can watch them make the noodles and everything, dude. I swear to God,
I pulled up the menu for this Dragon Bowl place, and dude, I think the most expensive thing in there is like a $15 or $16 bowl, and that's got everything in it. They've even got a pho option, and I'm like, I'm not really for the whole ginger noodle thing. That's not my game.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've got like udon noodles, and I mean, they've got several different styles of ramen noodle, but their stocks, they've got chicken, beef, vegetable, and then they've got like a vegetarian tofu stock, right? But like they make their stocks weekly, kind of a thing, in the true like Japanese ramen style.
That's cool.
Now, I mean, if you want to get an education in ramen, there is a documentary on Hulu called Ramen Heads. It's worth a watch. Yeah, Ramen Heads. It's on Hulu. Dude, it's amazing. I loved it. It was so much fun to watch. No, we're almost done here. Whoever. All right. So, but yeah. So I would love for us to go there. Earlier this summer when I had Colin and his brother with us for the middle part of the summer, we had there was an attempt to go, but by the time that we started making our way towards Conroe, I mean, it was just incredibly stupid late, and we just decided we're just going to try it again later. Just because it was one of those situations where it was that weekend that we went to Terrell, right? Nobody was feeling it because just the amount of just ridiculously stupid heat, hot heat that we've had this summer. Nobody was feeling it at all. But that would be a fun place to go, I think, for sure.
Absolutely. I would definitely try that. Like, there's a place that's over close to my apartment that it's just a little like hole in the wall place, but it's called Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Kung Fu noodles. Oh,
was that place that we went to?
No. It's on the list next time you're down here. Yeah, we're definitely going because it is amazing.
All right, so Colin wants to contribute to the video game conversation. He wants to talk about Mortal Kombat 1.
Bring it.
Okay, so first off, I pre-ordered the game, so that's amazing. I got the premium edition, which means I get to play the game Thursday, like a week before it comes out. So next show I can give a review.
So I'm guessing you're bringing your PS5 with you this weekend.
No, Jake pre-ordered it too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, he didn't get the premium edition, I don't think.
I don't know.
Y'all two work that out. I don't care.
Yeah. So in the newest, so we got another character, which Megan Fox is gonna be voicing. I forget her name. She's like this vampire.
All texturing and no substance.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Extremely right.
I'm sorry, Colin. Go for it. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Megan Fox is like putting Bud Light in a Liberty safe.
And one of the trailers that came out for today was the official trailer for the game. We got Shang Tsung gameplay. One and we got some new characters. See what else. They have a skin for Johnny Cage, and I don't know what it's from. but everybody was crazy about it. And in that trailer, we got a fatality that was Johnny Cage's.
Mm-hmm.
He kicks you into one of his cars, through the windshield, opens the door. Glass is so much glass is in you. And it's one of those doors that fall kind of like it goes up.
Well, so it's a scissor Goldwing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he slams the door down, cuts your body in half.
Nice.
Presses a button, and the car drives off with the organ that's kind of like a long noodle.
Oh, your intestines?
Your intestines, yeah.
Yeah. You're being dragged by that, and in the background, the car just explodes.
That's awesome.
And a new thing that Xbox is doing, that I sent you this about the card.
Yeah, the Xbox MasterCard or MasterCard or Visa. They've got a program. It's going to start for Xbox insiders. They're going to get early access to it on September 29th. And everybody else is going to get access to it later next year or early part of next year. But when you sign up for it, you get 5,000 points right off the bat that are redeemable in the Microsoft Store. Which 5,000 points equates to $50 already, right?
Oh wow.
So if you buy things in the Microsoft Store or on Xbox, or the Xbox shop or Xbox Store rather, with your Xbox MasterCard or Visa, then you get 5 times the points for every dollar. And then gas, food is going to be things like eating out at restaurants, buying gas with it. You're going to get 3 times the points. And then everyday purchases at grocery stores, things like that. That's going to be just 1 for 1. It's going to be 1 times on the points, but you're just going to accrue points, Microsoft points, just by using the card. So I'm kind of thinking I might want to apply for it. Just basic, just do off of that.
Yeah.
Because you think about it at a certain point, it's all right, you get the 5,000 points up front. Okay. And then you just buy your points, so what you could theoretically, what you could do is you can buy your year's worth of Game Pass Ultimate, all in one shop, pay off your balance. You've got those points and you're just holding on to those points. So that way, when next year rolls around, you could theoretically take that 5,000 plus the points that you got for the Game Pass Ultimate the year before. You just cash your points in, buy a Game Pass Ultimate, and not have to spend money on it. Or you can just buy your games and then you just accrue points like crazy. But yeah, I'm thinking, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to look into that, depending on what the APR is. I obviously, it's not going to be worth it to me if it's a 27% APR.
Yeah.
That's dumb. So, but yeah, that it looks cool. In premise, on paper, it sounds like a really great idea. So yeah, you got a lot of the Sony fanboys that are out there, and I'm not calling you guys fanboys by any stretch of the imagination. I'm talking about those people that are so devoutly Sony that it's they get. They're the same people who paired their DualSense controllers to their PC so that way they can say that they're playing Starfield on PlayStation.
Yes.
It's those people.
Yeah.
Can
Delusional.
you do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Weird.
I wouldn't
I don't know
recommend it.
why you
Because Windows works. It's designed for the Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Another thing that Xbox was doing is they have special edition consoles.
No, wait. Before you go any further, David, give me the screen because I am going to show you. Let me see here. Hold on just a second here. Let me go down here. And where did it go? I got it. There we go. pull that up. Hold on. Anytime now. Anytime now.
You'll soon be able to buy a brand new Xbox 360 in 2023. Microsoft fully discontinued their best-selling console of all time over 7 years ago. But thanks to Microsoft's recent partnership, you're about to get a massive wave of nostalgia. The Xbox team has partnered with Mega to release an insane 3-to-4 scale 1,342-piece set. This will include the console, an Xbox 360 controller, and a bricked-up copy of the best Halo to ever release, Halo 3. According to the set description, the console opens to reveal a disk drive and other Easter eggs. And apparently, if you put the fake Halo 3 disc into the console, it'll activate the motherboard. Not to mention, this in-depth replica includes a functional light indicator on the power button, just like the original console. Even the box is hitting all the right nostalgia points, replicating almost perfectly the exact look of a 360 box. The set releases on October 8th for almost the price of a real console, $150. It's going to be sold at Target, but Mega has tapped the nostalgia vein so hard that the first round of pre-orders have already sold out.
Bro. I am all about me trying to find one.
I wouldn't care.
Well, in case you wouldn't care. Did you play on the 360 at all?
Not really, no.
That's why you don't care.
I
played, I never had a 360. I had the original Xbox, and then from there I went PlayStation.
The Xbox 360.
But like, dude, the 360 for me, I had the 360. I didn't get the original Xbox because I was a PlayStation guy back in the day, right? I had a PS2. I was Nintendo, PlayStation, and then I was like, oh, what's this Microsoft thing? You know, it's like, it's just Windows. It's gonna crash, right? When my cousin introduced me to Halo, I immediately took all my PlayStation stuff down to GameStop, traded it all in, got a 360, and I've been in the Microsoft camp since.
For me, the Xbox 360 was just like my whole childhood. Like, just I have so many hours on the Xbox 360. It's like insane.
Yeah, I had the white 360 that I had Microsoft replay. They fixed my red ring of death like twice. Third time they sent me a brand new console for free. Right, that was back when they were still doing that, right? And then they came out with the Elite. So I got the Elite, and then I eventually upgraded from the Elite when they came out with the Slim, the one that looked like the shiny little bow tie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after that 360, still have it. Colin brought it down here to Houston. It's sitting up in my game room right now. Still works like a champ. And I got the Xbox Series S. No, the Xbox One S with the game, or the Gears of War 4 edition, which is just freaking killer. When I upgraded to the One X, I gave my Series my Xbox One to Colin and his brother Reagan. And then when I excuse me, got married this time, my wife Mindy, awesome wedding day present. She gave me, she said, go get you an Xbox Series X. And so we got back down here to Lake Jackson. We were still on 288 just outside of Pearland. I called the GameStop in Lake Jackson. I was like, do you have one? And she's like, yeah. I said, hold it. I will be there in about 45 minutes. She's like, okay. And so I got there, and yeah, dude. Yeah. Love my Series X. I mean, absolutely. First game that I played on it, MLB The Show. Right? I mean, night and day difference between what was going on with my, 1X and what was going on the Series X. I mean, we're talking like real-time reflections in the batting helmets and stuff like that, dude. It's just
nice.
And, I mean, obviously games like Starfield are things that are PC or Series X, exclusives.
Yeah.
And to be completely and perfectly honest with you, I mean, the majority of the people who play on PlayStation, they play a lot of PC games anyway. So it's not like they're having to miss out. It's just the fact that they're complaining about, oh, well, my console didn't get included. Well, fine. You've got a couple of options. You can still pay Microsoft for the money for the game, or you can go out and spend the cheese and you can go get you an Xbox. It's like, well, my gaming PC can't run it. Like, well, how much is it going to cost you to upgrade your PC? Well, probably about $800-900. Well, spend $500 and go get an Xbox.
Yeah.
But
the ones that are complaining about it are still able to play their Spider-Man, Morales, God of War,
Spider-Man 2 is coming out.
Like there are plenty of PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah, I mean,
Xbox didn't get either. So
yeah, I mean, it's like with me, yeah, exactly. Like with me, I've got the Switch, I've got the PS4, I've got the Xbox Series X, and do I play my PlayStation a lot? No. I mean, I think I've turned my PS4 on maybe twice since I've been in this house. So in the last year, I played my PlayStation maybe twice. And it's not that I'm spending that much more time on my Xbox or on my Switch. It's just that, I'm a homeowner now and I have to adult. So I have to do stuff like mow the yard and do projects around the house and build stuff and, keep my garage clean, like crap like that.
Right.
And now I'm a student, so I'm back in school. So I got homework, and every other weekend I'm never, not once complaining about this, Colin. So do not take it in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yes, I'm aware.
So every other weekend, at least the first and third weekends of the month, I'm either driving all the way up to Wichita Falls to pick up my kids, or I'm meeting their mother halfway, and I'm So, I mean, I've got plenty of things to keep me occupied. And it's just that, with Starfield, I am, I'm a 45-year-old man and I am daydreaming about playing my Xbox.
That is so sad, but so right. But I can't really say anything bad.
That's a gamer dad, dude. That's what we do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for the day when all of the boys are in the house for an extended period of time. Maybe Thanksgiving. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm kind of hoping, kind of praying that I can get everybody's Nintendo Online fixed, because my boys, they seem to, they've got their fighting games, and dude, I'm going to be completely upfront and honest. I'm dog water at fighting games. Just absolute dog water, right? I'm a button masher. And when I figure out a combo that works, I will spam the hell out of it. And it just pisses everybody off, right? Especially me, because then at that point they figure out that they're going to block, and then they're going to just throw this unbreakable combo on me. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to throw the controller. I'm not going to rage quit. I'm just going to take my ball and go home. However, on the Nintendo Online and also on Xbox Live Game, Xbox Game Pass, they have GoldenEye, 007 GoldenEye, the N64 version of it, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. The 4-way split screen.
Yeah.
Bro,
classic.
The number of hours that I lost in the barracks playing that game.
Yep.
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, y'all want to talk, y'all want to run your mouth. You may get me a couple times, but your KD is going to look like absolute garbage. We're talking, your KD is going to look like it's going to look like the New York Giants offense last Sunday. This past Sunday night. It's going to be horrible. Like, you're going to be talking about lag. You're going to be talking about Wi-Fi is acting funky and my controllers are all jacked up. My Joy-Cons got drift on them. You're going to make every excuse in the book. Dad's going to be sitting over here going, I am what they used to call Booyah. I used to go to send after the boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
I
Killed.
see, I won't get mad,
Fucking Pokemon.
and here's why. Every time I play a fighting game with Jake, he just I don't know how he does it, but he does.
I love your stepbrother to death, but I swear to God, there are days where I think I'm going to have his gaming chair surgically removed. so I mean, to his credit, I mean, dude, I've got a house full of gamers, man. As far as like the male side, my wife doesn't play video games so much. I mean, she's more about like the old school Nintendo. We got one of those Nintendo classics plugged up to the TV in the bedroom, but I mean, past that, my sister-in-law, she plays a lot of the Disney Dreamland Adventure, whatever game it is now. It's like Animal Crossing for Disney, kind of a thing where you build your own kingdom. She spends a majority of her time on that, but
one of the games that we play is Dragon Ball FighterZ, and with Broly, like Super Broly, which is a DLC character, he found a way to make a combo that is full health bar gone. And I'm over here just like, I just put, at a certain point in the combo, I just put my controller down and I'm like, okay. I just gotta wait it out.
Yeah, just don't give into the dark side of the force. Well, guys, we've been sitting here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we got any closing remarks?
No, not really.
Chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude, that sounds good. With like real maple syrup.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Some powdered sugar on that waffle though. You fold it up into a taco, bro.
Slap your mama good.
A little bit of bacon in that mug too, boy. I tell you what. Thick sliced, uncured bacon.
So are we ready?
Yeah. We didn't. Did I do your outro, Colin?
No, he didn't.
No.
We're not going to do it this week. You really want your outro?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. I'll make it up to you next week. I'll figure out something epic to come up with next week, and then I'll come up with your own intro music too. So we'll do that.
No. Here. Look. My intro thing should be the Mortal Kombat announcer going, fight.
No.
Yes.
No, it's going to be a cross. No, dude, it's going to be a cross between. I mean, there's going to be some Dragon Ball sounds in there. There's going to be some Afro Samurai sounds in there. I mean, I may even throw a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Cowabunga in there.
I know the perfect Dragon Ball sound.
No, you're just going to have to trust Dad's judgment on it. And, I'll let you listen to it this weekend if I've got it ready. But if anything, you can help me prepare it. But you're just going to have to trust my judgment on this one.
Attack on Titan Season 1.
Ooh, like the intro, the theme music?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, dude, I just slap so hard.
That one is hands down my favorite.
Colin knows what he's talking about, don't
you? Yeah, my favorite intro, a great intro, but my favorite one is Season 2. That intro is just...
An argument could be made, yes. The later seasons, not as much. But
I'm talking about the intro. Like Season 1 and Season 2. Those are the best intros. And out of the two, I prefer Season 2's. The thing where they're going like this in the intro, yeah.
Okay.
All right, everybody. This is Nerd Sports 125. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. I am David Dickerman.
I am Johnny Skelton.
I am Chris Jacka.
Colin Skelton.
Colin,
thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening.
Not quite like the other.
What? Okay.
Colin, you gotta do it. You gotta come a little hard, man. You gotta do some epic, man. Like, do your best, like, anime voice. Like, you're no, wait. Do
What do
your
you mean anime voice? Like, there's
No.
not really a voice for anime.
Well, I mean, you got to come at. I mean, bring a little bit of the thunder. You got to be like, I'm Skelton. I mean, sound like you're speaking from the dark side, bro.
There you go. I mean, you are supposed to be Ronin.
You are the Ronin of comedy. I mean, you have to be dark.
Yes.
You can't tell the types of jokes that you get away with on this show, making court systems all across this state question my ability to parent you effectively, and come across with the Colin Skelton. You just can't do it, guy. Come on, be better.
I gotta think of the voice. I gotta like imagine it.
Grit your teeth.
I don't
speak from the back of your throat like I'm Colin Skelton. I mean, dude, just speak.
Cringe.
Huh?
It's cringe.
No, it's not cringe. Come on, we're live, so you got to come up with this now. Don't do it now. Just when you got it, let us know, because we're gonna start the outro all over again.
Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. I am David Dickerman, and this is Nerd Sports 125. And these people are
going to get on to you because you screwed it up, man. God, yeah. So take 3. All right, let's try that again.
We can't. Okay.
Try that again. Try that again.
All right.
We do the names, and then you say, "Thank you for listening." Come on, you know the rule.
Yeah.
One bite.
This is Nerd Sports.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I can't hear you guys at all.
Really?
I just lost my headphones.
What?
Uh-oh.
See, this is
all right. So just keep your eye on the screen. He can't hear. Why am I even talking?
I don't know.
I had a you moment. So all right.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's he doing here?
I think he's trying to. It might be his cord. I've been having problems with that constantly.
I've got the shielded and braided cord, man.
I had to change mine out. Mine's my actual PS5 thing. He's
hello.
There we go.
Hello, can you hear me?
That was weird. Yeah, that just out of nowhere.
It's probably your cord that's going to your laptop. I don't know why, but it goes out from the road.
All right, so let's try take 3.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna get this right, people.
I mean, one of these times it's gonna work.
125 episodes in, you think we'd have it down, but
no,
we can never do it.
Why are you holding up a finger, Colin? You telling us to hold on?
Yeah.
He's got to find his inner Ronin.
I'm guessing it's because his mom is in the room.
I'm trying to do laundry.
Well, we're live right now, and so we're trying to do the exit from the show, and we convinced Colin that he needs to come with a little bit more of a deeper thunder, and now giving his name. All right, let's try this again, David.
She left the room.
Okay.
Okay.
Even better.
Thank you all for watching. This is Nerd Sports 125. I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton.
I am Chris Jacko.
Colin Skelton.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all listening, and catch y'all later.
We'll work on it, bud.
Yeah. Okay. I can't do voices.
Yes.